Hey guys, Mike here with countertops.com. Today we're going to use a blue shop towel and show you how to make an amazing piece of stone coat countertop. This is really cool how you can take and add tones and color and make this look like three-dimensional stone right in front of your eyes. This is almost like petrified wood. Holy cow. We're going to also show you how to mix and match our colors to make your own custom tones. Visit us anytime at countertops.com. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Mike here with countertops.com. Today we're going to have so much fun. I'm going to show you some cool techniques using our metallic powders. We're going to take two metallic powders and we're going to make our own custom shade. We're actually going to take deep silver and blue earth. We're going to mix them together right in our clear epoxy and we're going to lay those out and show you that you can make any tone or any custom color you want using our standard Stone Coat Countertop metallic powders. After that, we're gonna add a vein and we're gonna do some work on this piece and we're gonna show you that, okay, let's say we got down the road and maybe we're not 100% happy with our piece. We're gonna show you how to salvage that piece and turn it into something that you absolutely love. We're also going to show a really cool technique that we like to use using a simple household paper towel. We really like to put striations and we call it ragging the top. We're going to show you what that does and how cool that effect is. Let's get started. Here we go. I'm going to take our blue earth metallic powder. We're going to add some of that. We're going to take our deep silver metallic powder. We're going to mix those two. And let's just mix that up. Now, if you haven't seen our other videos on how we mix and how we prepare the substrate, we've used Suede Gray and Paint and Primer in One to get our substrate prepped. Go back and check out our other videos and you'll see all the tips and tricks of how to get to this point. But now that we've got this metallic mixture done, wow, it's just such a beautiful color. We have that tone of blue earth and that tone of silver, and it's made our own very unique color. Let's go ahead and pour this out. We're going to trowel it out and we'll go on from there. I'm going to take our 2-inch chop brush. I'm going to prime that brush a little bit and I'm going to chop this out because as you can see, there's some trowel lines. Let's go ahead and zoom in. So I'm going to prime my brush here and just get a little bit of material on my brush. And we've already de-shed this brush. We've pulled the loose hairs or anything like that out. And I'm going to go ahead and just start chopping. And this is just going to remove these trowel lines. And after we chop, we're going to go ahead and brush out these edges. You want to make sure you do long horizontal strokes on those edges. Man, you can see just how pretty this color is. I really like it. All right, let's go ahead and brush these edges out. I got our piece chopped out. I got our edges brushed. Everything's coated and we got some surface bubbles here. And I'm just going to take my torch and pop these bubbles. Now the nice thing about our metallics is you could literally leave our piece right here and this would be an amazing look. But we're going to go a little further than this and show you what we can do. Here we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a vein going through this piece. Now this vein isn't going to be permanent. We're going to pretend we messed up this vein, but let's go ahead and put it in right now. So the first color I'm going to use is white. Just sprayed a little spray paint right there on my stick and just drag that white vein from end to end. Let's go ahead and add 3 more colors. I'm going to do black, I'm going to do silver, and I'm going to do some orange. Okay, here goes the black, right through that vein. And you notice I overlap those colors. I really want to push those colors right into the piece. I'm going to grab some orange. This is actually called fire orange. And it's a really loud color, so this is really gonna make a statement in this piece. Okay, got some orange in there. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a little touch of silver, and I'll probably go back and add my bolds, my white, my black. All right, here we go. Here's some silver, right through that fire orange. Okay, and now let's add a little touch of black and a little bit of white back into that, just to define this vein. Really layer that color. Okay, a little bit of white. Okay, so now let's move this vein a little bit. When I do veins, I really like to push the color together. Okay, we're gonna make it a little bit bigger, fade it out. Now let's move it with the torch. All right, so now that we have these colors laid down, we're gonna use the torch to really move them. And this is what makes a vein look really natural. Here we go. Move a little bit right there. All right. So I'm just moving that vein around a little bit, making it imperfect. And you can see those real natural colors going through that color. Now let's say I wanted to move this metallic a little bit and just change this tone. I can get in there and torch that metallic, and that really moves that metallic and makes it look like different shades of the same color. So there you go, there's a real tone down. Now if I wanted to really highlight this vein, I could take this black and put even a little bit more black in there. That's really gonna grab more attention. Let's put some white right through that black. I like to put black and white in my veins. I think it looks really neat when you do. Let's move that around with the torch. And you can see how that's really grabbed that vein and made it pop, because you got some dark and some contrast in there, and I like doing that with a vein. So there you go. There's a piece that maybe you'd be really happy with, maybe you wouldn't, but let's pretend we aren't happy with it and we want to change this piece altogether. Okay, so we got this vein laid in. It looks really cool, but let's say that we don't like this vein, or it's just not going with our color scheme and we want to change it. You don't have to wait for the Stone Coat Countertop epoxy to fully set up and dry. What we're going to do is we're going to do it right now. So I'm going to take my same brush, it's already been primed, and I'm going to brush this out. And when I brush it out, I don't pull all my epoxy off the surface. We're going to leave the epoxy on the surface and we'll just stop short of those edges. I'll show you how right now. Here we go. So I'm just going to take this piece and I'm just going to start to brush it. And this is really how you could salvage any color, anything that you don't like, and it's going to give us some really cool undertones, very natural, but it's going to hide something and really tone it down. Okay? So now I'm just going to brush this out. And you can see I'm not pushing that epoxy off the surface. I'm leaving it on the surface. And you can see that hint of that vein, and that's okay. That'll look really cool with what we're about to do. So now, I can leave it like this and start torching it out, but personally, I don't like seeing brush marks. But this does look kind of cool. Now this would continue to lay out and it would change for me, but let me show you what I like to do in this case. I'm going to grab a new paper towel and I'm just going to wrinkle it up and give me a nice edge to work with. So I'm just going to use this edge right here. Okay? And I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to drag this right through my piece. And this is what I call ragging the top. And this puts a really cool pattern, changes it up a little bit, and it gives us a really neat effect, especially after it sits for a while. So what we'll do in this case is we're going to do this, and then I'm going to come back in 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, and I'm going to do this again because this is going to lay out and meld and mold. But let me show you what it looks like when we torch it. So that really gives us some neat organic texture. Looks very nice, and those colors underneath are very toned down. They almost look like just a petrified rock in there. I really like that. So let's go ahead and let this sit for a little bit. We'll come back in about an hour and we will do this again, and we'll rag it again, because now when the epoxy starts to set up, and you can do this late in the pour, it retains this look and this texture. We'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we've got this all laid out for quite some time now. We're going to come back here and we want a little bit more definition, because our Stone Coat Countertop epoxy continues to flow. It tightened those lines up a little bit. So because it's later in the curing time, I can just take that rag and come right through this again. And it's going to retain some of this texture a lot more than it would have if we just did this the one time. Oh yeah, this is going to be neat. And it wants to grab that rag just a little. So you're going to want to play with this. It's a good idea to have a sample going so you could test it on your sample first before your actual counter, to kind of test the timing of it. But man, this is usually about an hour or so is what we wait. Oh, I really like that. Man, look at the difference. Let's torch that out. Now that's going to lay out really neat, and it's got some color underneath, and then it's got some of that vein still there, and it just looks so neat. So that's how we do a really great technique using a simple household rag. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video on how to take a couple of different of our Stone Coat Countertop metallic powders, mix them together, put in a little color, erase what you didn't like, go through and rag the top, and come back a little bit later and do it again. It gives you definition, it gives you depth, it gives you an unbelievable color that's super easy to do it yourself anytime at home on your own projects. All it requires is a blue shop towel. Can you believe that? Oh, we had so much fun making this piece. We really hope you enjoyed the video. You can visit our website anytime at stonecoatcountertops.com. Please leave us some comments below, tell us what you thought of the video, and let us know some other colors that you might be interested in seeing. And remember, until next time, from Stone Coat Countertops, you got this. We'll see you real soon.